Today's race features the Mystery Team versus the Tomica Team. We don't know anything about the Mystery Team, and really not much about the Tomica Team as well. Mazda Ferrari and Toyota Crown Comfort will be our first two racers. And you can see the track today is pretty straightforward. Two 360-degree bank turns. And with some straights, the Mazda will take that first one, giving Tomica the edge early in the race. And we'll head to the second race. Toyota Crown Athlete and the 71 Datsun. The Datsun on the near side here, off to a slow start, but speeds things up through the first 360 right behind the Toyota, but can't cut around and is going to lose ground in the last straight. And you see Toyota did a good job cutting off the Datsun, and then dives over to the right side and speeds to the end right there. And that's a win for the Toyota. So Subaru Forester and the La Fasta. La Fasta, that green car on the far side, not a good start down the hill. The Subaru's actually doing quite a bit better, and the gap doesn't really close between the two vehicles. It's a quick track. Not much time to make up ground if you start off on the wrong foot. Toyota CHR and the Volkswagen Caddy. Toyota, again, on the far side there. Started out in front, but the Toyota Caddy coming back pretty well. And that pickup truck cannot get across in front. Struggles there at the end. And it was really that lateral motion that decreased the speed there. Could have had it. Mitsubishi and the Torque Twister. And you can tell these ones apart really easily. One of them is a truck. Mitsubishi. Actually, a faster car, even though our aerodynamics do not look to be on its side, and somehow, by many car lengths, is going to cross in front of the Twister. And you just got that advantage out of the first 360, and there you have it. And that seems to be the key here. Cut that opponent off at the first bank turn, and it's going to happen. Lexus and Twinduction. Lexus on the far side with the edge through the 360, cuts in front. Now the second turn, Twinduction can't turn things around. It ends up 180 backwards, crossing the line with little to no speed. And we'll try to push it a little bit too hard right there. Couldn't stay composed in the Lexus. Really had that one wrapped up from the beginning there. Suzuki Jimmy and the Sky Dome. Suzuki, another box-shaped car, but again, off to a fast lead through the first turn. Now the second one. He's getting some pressure from the right side. It's a slow finish for both cars, but the Suzuki will pull it off. Wow. Actually, they look pretty fast through the first turns, but slowed down there at the end. Suzuki still, by a half a car length, kept it going, though. Suzuki Escudo and the Loop Coupe. And the Escudo on the left side cuts off through the first 360 pretty well. The second bank turn, and the Loop Coupe loops himself around and can't even get to the end of the track. See, he ends that 360 backwards and cannot recover at all, let alone gain any speed. Finishing the race was difficult enough for him. The Leaf and the Flashback. Flashback, an odd design. Is that going to benefit him here into the first turn? Yes, it will. Leaf struggling to catch up. Now the second turn, Flashback still going well, and that might be a car to look out for going into the semifinals. And I would expect him to get there with the kind of speed he showed here in the first round. Leaf, on the other hand, not bad, not great. Nissan GTR Police and the Cruise Bruiser. The police car on the left side there, cutting off well into the first turn. Now the second turn, still the police car. The Bruiser coming on the left side, back to the right, but can't make a decision quick enough and winds up lagging behind. A lot of movement there at the end, but not a lot of passing. So now we got the Mazda CX-5 in the Formula Street. Another police car as well. Mazda on the right side there, very fast through the first straight, and now has a good opportunity to take this one. The second 360 was nice to him, but not good enough for that yellow racing car. Police car still edged him out. Definitely a surprising finish, but We got the Mustang and the Transporter. Get to the next race here. Transporter started out with a good edge, but now lost it, and he has all that swivel going on between him and the bed behind him, and that's not going to be good. That lateral motion just creating drag behind him. And it was really over as soon as he got out of his lane. And now we got Tomica with 10 cars left, Mystery with only 2. Definitely a lopsided match today. Ford Mustang and the Lexus ISCCR. Lexus, very strong in the last race, but off to a weak start here, behind through the first turn and losing ground to the second one, the Ford Mustang. A classic racer. No problem cleaning that one up. He will move on. I believe that is a mystery car. Formula Flashback and the Toyota Athlete. Flashback. Not flashing forward very fast. He's already behind to the first turn, but he's making strides here in the second turn. Moves to the left side, but can't make up ground on the Toyota. We just had a very steady start, finish, and middle. And now we got the super great truck and the Mazda. Mitsubishi, very fast out of the gate last time, but right now the Mazda is commanding this race. Second 360, here we go. Police car still there. And that Mazda will cross by a car length. Mitsubishi stayed with him, but made no moves to get around him. And there you go. Suzuki Jimmy and the Subaru Forester. Remember the Forester racing pretty well in the previous race. That might have been the race where that one car didn't even finish. And right here, the Forester blows the Suzuki out of the water, but struggles to cross the line, turns around in the last car length and almost flubs the whole race. I was expecting something clean right there, but he almost messed it up for himself. Unfortunately, Suzuki didn't cross anyway. We got another Mazda and an Escudo. And down they go. Mazda trying to get around on the outside and finally does through the second curve. And the Escudo on the left side crossing. The Mazda can't keep straight. What a finish that was. Mazda was able to gain control by the second half of the race, but couldn't stay straight in the final straight. And the Escudo, lacking speed, but making up for that with control, was able to cross and take that one right out of the hands of the Mazda. We got another couple of cars out there racing. Nissan falling behind, and the gap grows. And definitely the Nissan not moving on right there. You could just see it. Even through the first turn, that gap was slowly growing between the two of them. Now we got 5 Tomica left and 1 mystery car. I believe that is that Ford Mustang we saw blazing by only a few races ago. And now we go to the third round, Ford Mustang and the Escudo. And unless the Ford Mustang cannot maintain control through the end of the race, I would put my money on him, but it's a struggle right now. Escudo again going for the cutoff move, but the Mustang was there on the left side. You can see that here in the replay. Dodged to the right here from this vantage point, and the Escudo did not take that one like he did the previous race. Toyota Crown Athlete and the Toyota CHR. And the Crown Athlete was off to a lead, but now the CHR challenging him on the right side. Went to the outside line and now pushing the Toyota. Toyota is backwards, and the CHR is slower. The Crown Athlete, masterful athleticism there, ended up facing in the wrong direction, but still racing very well. Across that line just ahead. Mazda Ferrari and the Subaru Forester. These Subarus have been quite good today. And you see right there, Mazda was able to just cut him off through the first curve, but not without a little bit of luck. He will cross barely in front, but a win is a win. Forester couldn't get a handle on his tires. Very lateral movement there at the end. Not very good. Ford Mustang left for the mystery cars. 2 Tomicas as well. Semifinals, here we go. 1 car will get a bye, I believe. And here we go. Mustang and Athlete. 2 cars that have been consistently fast today. Athlete with the lead to the first turn. Now they both go a little sideways. They're both pretty slow. Mustang with a chance if he can cut him off. Goes to the left. Will he cross in front? He will. What a way to finish that race. Look at the movement back and forth here at the end. Toyota dodges to the right, but then back to the left. Mustang sees the opening, dives forward, and by a hair does grab it at the end. Free pass for the Mazda, who has been the best racer so far today, but how will he fare against the Mustang? This is going to be a best 2 out of 3. And if the semifinal race was any judgment of how the finals will look, this will be quite an exciting finish to this one. Mazda and the Ford Mustang, here they go for the first of at least 2 races. Mazda way out in front to the first curve, but Ford Mustang coming back. A few collisions there on the back. Cuts off to the left, but can't get around him. Mazda with more speed on that race. He had a good start out of the gate, and the Mustang unfortunately had no chance once they hit that last straight. Now they change lanes, and down they go. Mazda with the lead. Mustang trying to get around, struggling, pushing him from behind. Now he's got the final straight, but the gap widens. And the last little bit of racing here was only room for the Mazda to separate himself from the Mustang, and that will do it. Mustang for the mystery cars, bringing it all the way to the finals for them, but the Mazda taking it home in the end. And that will do it for this episode of Races and Fun. Don't forget to check out Carreras Extremas Diecast, the Spanish version of Races and Fun, bringing you the same awesome content with a different language behind it. See you next time.
Le saca una ventaja al Nacional, doble otra vez a la derecha, van a la bajada del tobogán, vienen, se tiran a la bajada, pasan por arriba, el Coco gira, se queda el Nacional, se queda, atención, viene el golpete, salta, perfecto, pega, no golpea.